Hello, hello! Welcome back. Wow. Sorry, I'm dropping things. Oh my god. Coming back. Sorry. I was just grabbing something and I'm knocking everything over. Hello everybody, welcome back. So, today we are going to play Miracle Snack Shop. This just came out on the Switch just today, I think, and it was on sale. So I thought, why not give it a try? I don't really know what this is. But, well, whatever, let's just get on with it. So settings. Let's see, we've got Korean. Oh, I gotta go down. Korean, English, and Japanese. We'll do the dialogue language, I guess. Font is fine. We've got. So I think originally it's a Korean game. I think it already came out on Steam a few years ago. We'll use Japanese voices there, and everything else seems okay. What are these for? Voice volume, but why are there two girls' voices here? I don't know. That's fine, right? Let's get into it. I really don't know what this is. I think you're running like a cafe or something in it. Yeah, looks like it. Okay, I guess I think the characters are all voiced according to what that menu said, but I'll voice this guy. My life was like this empty bowl, destined to be filled with shaved ice. At first, I was completely empty, dressed up right through. Oh, right though I could. Wait, what? At first, I was completely empty, dressed up right though I could become any kind of shaved ice. My empty bowl was a vessel of infinite potential, and I could become whatever kind of shaved ice I wanted to be. I could be shaved ice topped with fruit. Perfect for a romantic date at a cafe. It could be topped with blueberries, giving off an air of luxury and wealth. I could be mixed with brie, not for everyone, but maybe just right for that certain successful businessman with expensive tastes. The cheese? I could be mixed with an expensive coffee blend, suited for that intelligent but rather cold city gentleman. It's kind of weird seeing a kiwi there. I could get a little sidetracked and end up getting mixed with black sesame seeds, showing off some of the more strange and unique sides of this world. Maybe I could just be a traditional shaved ice dessert from, oh yeah, this is Korean names, Jeonju, a city rich with Korean tradition. The possibilities were simply endless. Jeonju, yeah, I think I know of that. I've been to Korea once, so I'm not no expert. So we just spoiled the ending so soon, but I ended up being just your normal old shaved ice, topped with a red bean paste that we Koreans call pat. This was me in my late teens. Just a frosty boy. Even as the ice was being shaved down, I still had hope. That's because at that point, there was nothing to distinguish me from anyone else. Shaved ice, no matter whether it's topped with fruit, coffee, or whatever, all starts out as ice, plain and simple. Everyone around me started out the same way. I had no idea at that time. How could I know that I'd be a regular old shaved ice and that the people around me would turn into all those beautiful desserts that I described before? Of course, there were a few people who were noticeably different from birth. Wow. The art in this is actually pretty good. That's kind of what stood out to me, is it looks pretty well done. There were the ices flavored with chocolate and green tea before the shaving even began, separating them from the pack at an early age. Everyone knows those kinds of people. They collect awards like it's some kind of a hobby to them. Things are different for those kinds of people. They are so unique they don't even factor into this kind of metaphor, this very long-winded metaphor. Like I said, I still had a dream at this point. I was determined to become shaved ice that was truly amazing. I'd just like to clarify that this was all a big metaphor. I thought he was literally shaved ice. Oh, I had a little rumble there on the controller. This was me in my mid-20s. Specifically, it was right after my mandatory stint in the military that Korean men are required to serve 2 years, I believe. Before I had even realized what had happened, I had become normal shaved ice topped with red bean paste. I was just like every other shaved ice walking around with a few years of experience in the military. I had no fresh new flavors. I was just a regular old run-of-the-mill shaved ice. I couldn't believe it, but I had just been rushing through life just to become your everyday man on the street at 25 years old. I started to lose my energy for life. I started to feel like old age was creeping up on my heels. I even thought my eyesight was going. Even with all those signs, I couldn't accept defeat. I couldn't accept the fact that I was just regular old shaved ice. I wouldn't give up. I'd make my own new flavors. But I didn't know back then. I didn't know that all that effort to change myself was just adding new toppings onto the old ones. Ooh, what do we have here? This was me in my late 20s. How old is this guy? I tried my best, but things just didn't work out. My efforts to better myself added some interesting toppings here and there. But I didn't have any sense of direction. All of the random jobs that I tried out did nothing to strengthen my idea of who I actually was. Life wasn't flowing in one clear direction. I'd start one thing and then I'd quit when things weren't working out. All of these incomplete experiences just piled on the toppings. Before I realized what had happened, I had become a complete mess of shaved ice and toppings. A mess of part-time jobs and no real skills. Wow, this is a heavy-handed story so far. Messy shaved ice. Just saying that made me sad. But I didn't give up. My shaved ice dream wasn't over yet. I was determined to become an attractive shaved ice. Successful shaved ice. The more I said it, the worse it sounded. Successful. Psh, it just didn't sound that good. Just like that, I was lost, wandering through life, when suddenly an old friend from high school got in touch with me. To keep the metaphor going, oh no, please don't keep it going, a wild shaved ice appeared. Now we're mixing in Pokemon and... okay. I was a lost and confused little shaved ice, but standing in front of me was a sleek, dressed-up shaved ice with a splash of coffee mixed in and an inexplicable kiwi. Who puts kiwis on their iced coffees? Is that a Korean thing? From one shaved ice to another. What do you think about a partnership? Okay, this metaphor has grown legs and run off on me. My friend, dressed in his custom-tailored suit, suggested we open up an online shopping site together. He said he had been studying fashion and had a line on some imported clothes, sorry. It's been a really long day. I shouldn't have picked such a reading-heavy game. He dressed the part, so unlike my scruffy-looking shaved ice self, what are you calling scruffy-looking? He looked like a snazzy shaved ice that could get things done. For some reason, I trusted him. That's how the shabby shaved ice miraculously stumbled upon his partnership with the coffee shaved ice. The outcome was obvious. I started a business with my friend. Doesn't everyone know the ending to that story? And it all ended like this. Oh my god, it's become pornographic. This is the present situation. This is an artist's rendition of the 31-year-old Seol-hwa, am I saying that right? Cha, who, I'm sorry, I'm gonna butcher the Korean, who after a failed joint venture was left with a staggering amount of debt. Like a tower of blocks stacked much too high, all the toppings of my life crashed down around me. So what are these little dots next to my thing? Oh, that's his name. Seol-hwa. Okay. That's what happens when you let other thoughts get in the way. What a mess. That's how I ended up serving shaved ice at this snack shop. Okay, so it's a snack shop. Oh, okay, so this is, I guess, his dialogue? I don't know why his name is showing up for parts of that. Ah, I skipped over a few parts of the story. I forgot. There is an epilogue to the tragic partnership between the shabby shaved ice and the coffee shaved ice. Epilogue sounds much too grand. Let's call it the cookie topping. Wasn't that the name of that little scene at the end of movies? The credit cookie? Is that what they call it? Anyway, I scoured the country, trying to find my friend who had gone into hiding. I never found him, but I did find his parents. He'd probably fled the country, so getting the money from him would be out of the question. Instead, I told his parents about the seriousness of my current situation, and I shook them down for everything they're worth. Your precious son has left me with all of his debts and run off. Is there any way we can fix all this? I felt like some kind of vicious loan shark saying that. We can't come up with that kind of money right now. Out of all the bad things that had happened, I had to at least be thankful he didn't just slam the door in my face. For this shaved ice, caught in a never-ending spiral that was drawing him into the abyss, there was one last ray of hope. Friend said, I have a small restaurant in the neighborhood that sells snacks and desserts. Could that be of any help to you? So, it's a snack shop. That's how I came to run this small restaurant with a studio on the second floor, until I was able to pay off my debts at least. Right when it was signed over to me, I heard something strange from the real estate agent. Someone died in the room upstairs. It's haunted. The building has so many suspicious rumors floating around about it that I couldn't sell the property or find anyone who was willing to rent it. Having all that sprung on me at the last second made me feel a bit misled, but who was I to complain? At least I'd found a way out. In the course of one eventful morning, I'd become the owner of a little snack shop. I wanted to change the sign over the door and the menus, but I didn't have the cash to change either. Instead, I just opened it up as it was. Just photocopy menus. Hand draw them and photocopy them. Then put them in the little menu folder things, and it'll look fine. So you get more money. The place was called Miracle Snack Shop. They normally sold teokbokki. Oh my god. Teokbokki. Rice cake served in a spicy sauce. And a variety of fried foods like tempura. Since it was summer, they had added shaved ice, known as bingsu or bingso, to their menu. Since all the equipment was there and ready, I decided to try my hand at making my own shaved ice. After all, I needed the practice. I tried my best, but this was all I could manage. I got rid of my failed shaved ice experiment. I looked around the place and was greeted by an empty store. Not a customer in sight. When I took over the store, I'd heard that business wasn't great. I hadn't expected that to mean there were no customers at all. Time flies when you're having fun. There was actually a bigger issue than not having any customers. Maybe it wasn't bigger. When you actually got down to it, there weren't many problems bigger than having no customers, were there? Come to think of it, the two things weren't really comparable. My mind went back to the strange thing that the real estate agent had said. Oh, it's haunted. This place was apparently haunted. No details came after that claim. They were just rumors. I wasn't really a superstitious person, but it never felt good to hear about that place where you were supposed to inhabit. Hear that about a place you were supposed to inhabit. The rumors just nagged at you from the back of your mind. Maybe the rumors were there, or were what kept keeping the customers away as well. You know what I'd do? I would turn it into like a haunted-themed snack shop, so that would bring customers in. Oh, this is the haunted snack shop. And I would make ghost-themed treats. Still, I didn't give it much serious thought. It wasn't like I was suddenly being plagued with nightmares or anything. Rumors were just that. Rumors. That was what I thought before that thing appeared upstairs. Uh-oh. An old lady? Okay. Advance the story by selecting a scene, in the Actions tab. Actions allow you to improve your relationship with characters and unlock new recipes. Some actions cost money. Oh boy, we don't have any money. Carry out the action, the attic's secret? Yeah, sure. Let's do it. I'm exhausted. I don't know what... I guess his voice, I'll just do my normal voice. I hadn't done that much, but I felt so tired. Was this the plight of all business owners? I hadn't worked that hard, but at the end of the day, the exhaustion all flooded in at once. If I were swarmed with customers and unable to get a second's rest, how would that give me, or would that give me back some of my energy? How could I know when it had never happened? I walked to the corner of my little studio. It's got some nice windows up there. And I threw open the curtains there. There are no curtains there. Oh my god, what's this? As I did. Give me 1 second. Okay. As I did, I was able to see the portal shimmering there. This portal had been the source of all my worries worries these days? This portal had been the source of all my worries these days. How do you know that? This looks kind of like the Mortal Kombat background portal. A month ago, I discovered this mysterious portal in the corner of the attic living space. What? You're just okay with it? It's definitely not just my mind playing tricks on me. It hadn't moved an inch in the past month. I knew what it was. I'd seen plenty of portals in video games and movies. Was it spinning? This is not something you can just kind of brush off and ignore. A magical door that connected two distinct places. The problem was I couldn't see through the portal to see where it led. I think I'd throw like a shoe or something in there, or a sock. All I could see was a swirling vortex. I had no clue where it went. If I were 10 years younger, I would have just jumped in without a second thought. But the years had made me more cautious and concerned for my own safety. Or just throw like a rope in there, pull something out. I couldn't just throw myself into the vortex without knowing what dangers lie ahead. And I'd be in serious trouble if I couldn't come back. Since I couldn't figure out where the portal would lead, I just let it hang there, or where it was, for a whole month. That is crazy. My friends would get a kick out of this if they were to hear about it. If a portal appears inside of your own house, shouldn't you at least go see where it leads? Of course it's gonna lead to some fantasy world. That's common sense, ain't it? Actually, being confronted with the situation was a completely different story. What if the portal were to send me back to the Jurassic or something? The Jurassic period? Maybe a dinosaur's gaping mouth was waiting for me on the other end. If I had absolutely nothing to lose on this end, I'd jump in without a second thought. But I was too much of a coward to risk the little I had. The portal itself could even be dangerous. I didn't know where it led, if it was safe, or if I could get back. Until I could confirm those things, it wasn't safe to act rashly or even touch the thing. I didn't even know if the thing was even stable. What if passing through created an explosion and pieces of the snack shop were sent flying into the street? In an act of desperation, I taped my phone to the edge of a small rod and stuck it through the portal. Oh, that's a good idea. You can get like a little video. I figured I could see the phone's camera on a timer, I could set the phone's camera on a timer to snap a picture. I just set it to video mode. I was rather excited to see what was on the other side. But a black screen was all I got. I couldn't tell if the phone had malfunctioned or if only darkness lay on the other side of the portal. That would be terrible. To go through a portal like this and you get stuck in there and it's all just black space forever. Another day wasted as I stared at the portal and wondered what was on the other side. It would be so much better if someone just jumped out and simply told me, "It's safe to go through, come on in." Then couldn't it just as easily be a monster that were to jump out? Yeah, that's, usually portals work both ways, don't they? A strangely dressed woman popped out of the portal. As I was staring at the portal, she suddenly appeared, running straight in my direction. Running right into my arms. My heroic Korean arms. But I dodged out of the way right before she collided with me. Okay, luckily I don't have to voice the ladies. Almost got me. I would have been run over by a strange woman. Good thing I was paying attention. Huh? Was it just me? It felt hot in the attic, like heat waves, or heat was suddenly radiating off of something or someone. Miss, are you okay? The strange woman stared at me with fear in her eyes. But her outfit was extravagant. She looked like she had just come from some frozen tundra. Could that mean that this portal led to some place like Russia or Siberia? It does kind of look like a Russian hat. I stared at the mysterious lady who had suddenly appeared from the portal. She stared at me. Then her lips parted as she began to speak. The first words to come out of her mouth were... "Are you going to ask what year it is?" Never mind. I thought you might be a time traveler or something. I was so excited that I had interrupted her. I closed my mouth and waited for her to try again. She opened her mouth to speak again. I wasn't aware of how intently I was waiting to hear her speak, but I could feel my Adam's apple travel up and down as I gulped in anticipation. Right when I saw her, I had this feeling in my gut that our meeting was destined by fate. This was a crucial moment. Her first words would be engraved in my brain for the rest of my natural life. With all of the drama of the situation hanging over my head, the first words out of her mouth were... burp. Homer Simpson, hello! Don't. I had no idea what she had said. Do you speak Korean? Do you speak English? Uh-oh. She definitely wasn't Korean. I couldn't tell what language she was speaking. All I knew was that I couldn't understand a single word she was saying. What language is this, Homer? I tried a few other questions after that, but the only replies I got all started with something that sounded like coo to me. She must have realized that I didn't understand her because she stopped speaking altogether. It sounded like she was cooing like a pigeon. Coo? Coo?
Coo?
Cute?
Cute?
She glared at me again. Why? What had I said? I was just trying to copy what she had been saying. Oh, I heard her stomach growling. Are you hungry? She didn't have to say anything for me to understand that she was rather embarrassed. I thought about how to communicate the question, and then I tried to act out eating with my hands. She must have understood my game of characters, because she replied with a slight nod. Unfortunately, she had thought I meant I was going to eat her alive. It's kind of like Ranma music. What can I make for her? Oh, do I get to choose? I had already shut off all the machines and put them away, so there wasn't a lot that I could make for her. The fastest thing I could whip up was, I could easily put together a bowl of shaved ice. Some pork chops or pork chops? Pork chops are pork chops that you buy at the ports. I took out the ice shaving machine, filled it with ice cubes, and made my usual shaved ice topped with red bean paste. But when she saw what I was making, she didn't look very happy. Well, if she comes from like a cold place, she's even got like an icicle on her hat, or a snowflake. Probably she doesn't want to eat shaved ice.
Gracias.
Gracias?
Gracias!
Why? Did she have something against ice? I figured she must not have shaved ice wherever she came from. I guess I should have chosen the Korean voices for this. I chose the Japanese ones, but it's all a Korean game. Don't be like that. Just try it, okay? It's not like I poisoned it or anything. Right. What's with the explaining? It wasn't like she understood a single word I was saying anyways. Then suddenly she seemed shocked. Is that the D? Is Homer Simpson the D? Then, suddenly, she seemed shocked. Whoops, I already read that. What had she seen that had scared her so badly? I tried to see what she was looking at. There was nothing but my empty restaurant. Was she shocked at how empty the place was? She flailed her arms through the air. I didn't notice anything there, but she was waving her arms as if something was hovering in front of her. Oh, she sees ghosts. Well, welcome to the stream, sir. Are you on the... You're not on your PlayStation right now? It looked like she was swiping on some giant tablet. Oh, maybe she's, I don't know, doing some like holographic computer thing like Iron Man has. Was she seeing things? Or could it be the ghost I had been warned about? She's translating. Uh-huh.
Gracias. Kori.
Kori? Did you just say ice? Ice?
Kori.
Kori. Japanese for ice. Right. Ice. Oh, I see.
Kori. Gracias. Kori.
She frowned, her eyes moving between me and the space between us. Then she began waving her arms boisterously through the air again. It looked like someone swiping between screens. I couldn't see anything, but from But from the way she was moving, it definitely seemed like there was something there. Was this the feeling people got when they watched others play VR games? I had no idea what she was doing, but whatever it was helping her understand a little bit of what I was saying. Have you ever heard of this game, Mr. D? I don't know if you want me saying your name here or not. It just came out today. Should I give it another go? I pointed at the shaved ice and said, shaved ice.
かき氷
Shaved ice.
シリカブとグラチュス
What?
かき氷
Oh, now she's saying it. Right, shaved ice with red beans.
かき氷あずき
Kakigori, azuki. Yeah, this is my first time hearing of it today too. It was on sale, so I picked it up. Just came out today though. Oh, red beans are, well, they go on top of the shaved ice. Red beans are, some call them azuki beans. Not like that would help at all. It's a bean. It's sweet and it's red. Get over it. She must have been having a hard time with the sentences, so I decided to communicate with just a few words. Red bean.
Looks baba
Red.
赤い
Oh.
豆
Oh, okay, she's saying it. Right, red bean. The red beans and shaved ice come together to create shaved ice with red bean paste. That's too complicated, dude.
Looks baba シリカブとグラチュス
Please speak my language. Oh, she's angry.
赤い豆のかき氷
Wow, now we're talking. I guess you can understand me. She stared at the space between us again. I couldn't be sure, but there must have been some invisible translation device hovering in the space between us. Oh, my name is Seol-cha. Seol-wa-cha. Seol-wa-cha. I'm probably saying that completely wrong. Seol-wa-cha. If it was a translation device, it was having trouble with sentences. Name.
飲みね
Seol-wa-cha.
ゆきた
Eh? Is that your name? Not Tortilla. Seol-wa-cha. Call me Seol-wa.
ゆきた
Seol-wa.
ゆきと
Then, what's your name? What can I call you? This again. I had to remember to keep it to words. Simple words. Your name.
レジナサリス
Regina Salis. Then can I call you Regina? Your name, Regina?
レジナ女王
She's a queen? Queen Regina?
レジナサリス
Salis. Okay. Regina Salis.
ソルトの女王
Yeah. She was a queen. I had no idea. I had a queen in my bedroom. How did she end up coming to such a normal place like? Oh yeah, she came through the portal. Then I should call you Queen Salt? She nodded. Queen Salt. I'd never heard a title like that in my life. Was there some country of salt on the other side of the world that I'd never heard about? Okay then. Welcome to the Miracle Snack Shop, Queen Salt. What a strange situation. Learn your first shaved ice recipe for queen salt. Okay, hold on 1 second. Okay, we'll get back to the chat there. Okay. Give me 1 second. Whoosh. Never call her a queen. That's what she said. Oh yes, my queen. I'll be your slave forever. Some golden boy. Learn your first shaved ice recipe for queen salt. Madam Salt. You can improve your cooking skills and sell the new products for more money. Red bean shaved ice failure. Try out the recipe. Red bean shaved ice failure. Why is it called a failure? Okay. Serve shaved ice to queen salt. Actions. Shaved ice for queen salt. Good little heart. Main story. No money right now. Okay. Sure. Gotta pay attention to this a little bit so I know how the system works. Back to the story. The queen scooped out a spoonful of shaved ice and brought it to her mouth with a grimace. She gathered up the courage to take a bite and... She hates it? She dropped the spoon at the last second. If someone had been watching, they would have thought I was forcing her to eat something awful. There was no other choice, though. I scooped out another spoonful, careful to get some shaved ice and some of the red bean topping. How many queens have you met, Mr. Simpson? She just kept shouting ice and glaring at me. Yeah, I got it. For some reason, the idea of eating ice was making her angry. I snuck the spoonful of shaved ice closer, and is she a little baby? And right when her anger was at its height, I shoved the spoon into her mouth. Got her. Right when I stuck the spoon into her mouth, it was like she went into complete shock. Her eyes darted here and there. She has no eyes right now, just blank. Then she just stopped. Yep, I could guess what thoughts were going through her mind. How can ice possibly taste like this? That's exactly what she was thinking. Would I react the same way if I went to another country and someone stuck a spoonful of something weird in my mouth? It probably looked pretty strange to her, but it sure did taste good. That must have been why she was reacting like this. Maybe she has a terrible ice allergy. She still had a look of shock on her face, but her tongue was rolling the ice back and forth in her mouth to melt it. Good, huh? The queen looked down at the bowl of shaved ice, and then back up at me. She pointed at the dessert in front of her. Ice? Yep, that's ice. She ate another bite, trying to figure out the mystery behind the bizarre dessert. That bite was completely voluntary. Yes, success! I think she likes it, maybe. That must have meant delicious. It would be quite embarrassing if it meant something else, though. Like vomit. She took another bite. Her face slowly started to soften up. I was just glad she didn't think I was poisoning her anymore. The queen looked at her invisible translator again. Then she looked at me and said, Oishi. Wow. Seeing that thankful expression on her face was quite touching. Queen Salt began eating little bites here and there, careful not to disturb the overall presentation. I felt so proud to have a queen eat my own creation with such elegance and grace. I never felt like this when kids came to eat. Wait. I never felt like this when kids came in to eat. How strange. Yeah, he said he'd seen that portal for a month, but then we just went through like his first day of having the shop, so I don't really understand the timeline here. Has he been running the shop for a month? Did I miss something, or is it just not really made too clear? After the bowl was completely emptied out, I listened as she properly introduced herself again. Before she tried to communicate, though, she went into a corner and felt the foreign words roll off her tongue. She must have wanted to test her pronunciation on the translator before speaking the words to me. Did it actually exist, this invisible translator, or was she just mad? It's nothing. I can give you as much shaved ice as you want, my queen. I had to throw away the leftover product at the end of the day anyways. I would give her the remaining garbage. Queen Salt stood there quietly for a second before continuing her thought. At first, I thought she was figuring out what she wanted to say, but the more I watched her, the more it seemed like she was just waiting on whatever translator she had in front of her. She had to put whatever I said through her translator, and then translate whatever she wanted to say before speaking it. Of course, that would take some time. But she stopped after one word. Ice. What about ice? Good question. Oops, sorry, I cut her off. I'm not sure what you mean. It's just something we eat. I guess you don't have shaved ice where you come from? No. Oh. No, eat. Bricks were made out of ice in her world? We do that in this world too. You can have those ice hotels. Then I fed bricks to Queen Salt. If you think of it like that, it must have been quite the culture shock. If her country used ice as bricks, was she from the North Pole? Guessing from her outfit, the chances of her coming from a cold climate were pretty high. We eat ice here, just relax. We don't use ice for bricks, it's just food. Okashi. What's strange? Huh? Then you couldn't hear what I was saying before? No way. Did she just have a hearing problem? Can you hear the girls, this girl all right? I don't know if I should turn down the music and then... Seems like it's... My TV is just at the lowest volume right now, so I can't even hear her very much, but... It would be a shame if you couldn't hear her dialogue. Mm-hmm. Queen Salt gestured to the air in front of her. Oh, okay, great. Thank you, sir. Level 2. Then it was level 1 from when we first met. She's moving up fast. She nodded. It just changed to level 2? She nodded again. So that means you're slowly learning my language?
そなた、これが見えるか?
I wish it was that easy. No, I don't see anything. She still seemed confused. Queen Salt's glance kept moving between me and some invisible status window. Level 2 understanding. It was like a game. Was it like an experience bar in an RPG game? Her sigh seemed to say, no good worrying about it.
貴公は誰だ?
A master chef? Maybe it was because she just hit the next level, but the queen was starting to sound a bit more like royalty. I already told her my name, so was she asking for my job title? CEO. Good answer.
CEO?
I own this restaurant.
貴公はシェフ?
Well, I make the food, so I guess that makes me the chef.
なるほど。おかしい料理ありがとう。
Good. I couldn't tell if that was an insult or a compliment. Queen Salt gazed at the air in front of her yet again.
しかしながら、貴公はこれが見えぬか?
No, whatever it is, invisible translator or status bar, I don't see anything, Your Grace.
ならば、これはなぜできたのか?
I can't even see it, so I definitely have no idea why it's there for you.
なるほど。
なるほど。なるほどね。
貴公の主はどこにおる?
Excuse me?
貴公の主。
I don't have an owner, lady. I'm a lone wolf. What? Queen Salt turned and glared at the invisible translator. She seemed to be getting frustrated, thinking that I didn't understand what she wanted to say. But I understood her perfectly well. She was asking me where my owner was, wasn't she? I don't have an owner.
亡くなったか?
Ooh. No, it's because in this day and age, wait, could that be it? She came from a different culture. Are you looking for some nobleman or king?
そうだ。城主はどこにおる? 城主に案内せよ。
Oh, before we get to lords, there are no castles here. She'd probably die of shock if she took a step outside. I must never let her leave the building. The Lord of the Castle. She really did sound like a character from some fantasy world. Could that actually be the case? Anyway, I'm the owner of this place. Only me. There is no one above me or beneath me, but if you play your cards right, you could be in either of those positions. Naruhodo. Never, I think. Oh, really? I've only played a little bit of the first Ace Attorney. I'd like to play some more. I just lost track of it. But do they say that in that?
理解しかねる。
Well, There are no slaves, no peasants, and no nobility in this country. Or did he say county? I went too fast on that. There is that expression about those born with silver spoons, though, and I just stuffed a spoon in your mouth recently, so...
Yume?
I am not a dream. Oh, sounds like a joke name? Yeah, you should play them. They have them on the Switch. They have like the set of the 3 of them. That's what I got. And so far it's been really good. Could this really be that shocking? Was it really so bad that she just wanted to deny it was real? Queen Salt walked over to the door. She opened the door all the way and stared at the world on the other side. I hope we get a shot of the outside. That'd be cool. I wouldn't, you probably aren't ready to see all that. Queen Salt took it all in, looking more and more surprised with every passing second. I couldn't tell which part was the most surprising to her. She closed the door again. She stood there with her mouth hanging open, completely dumbfounded, so I stuffed some more shaved ice in her mouth. Then, very quietly, she said something to herself. I couldn't understand what she said, but it was very quiet and sounded like some phrase in her own language. She lifted her head to look straight back at me. She looked me right in the eye. She said something, and it sounded like she was on the verge of tears. Oh, was he? That's funny. I looked at her, listening to the sadness in her voice. Maybe what truly shocked her was not the sights of this foreign city, but the temperature. It's time to put on something a little cooler. This queen, where in the world was she from? The sea queen, Queen Salt off? I'll have to send her back, eh? Okay, I guess so. After finishing her dessert and our conversation, she decided to go back upstairs. Queen Salt was glaring intensely at the portal she had come through earlier. She said her name was Queen Salt. Did that mean that a salt kingdom lay on the other side of that portal? Well, goodbye then. Weren't you headed back to your own world? I enjoyed tasting the frozen treats of your world. Now it's time to go back to my own world. Isn't that what you wanted to say? Uh-huh. As our conversation went on, the translators seemed to be working faster. At first, the queen had to study the invisible translation window in front of her every time she spoke. As time passed, she began to speak quickly, as if she could understand the words as they were spoken. She definitely hadn't understood a single word in the beginning, but it was amazing how fast she had adapted. Maybe that's what she had meant by strange. She was actually starting to hear me. I finally began to understand what she had meant downstairs. It was as if she had cast some translating spell. She was beginning to understand me without the help of whatever translation window she had in front of her. She did check the invisible space between us every once in a while to make sure she had understood everything correctly. But what was that a second ago? She said she wasn't going to go back. Why not? I mean, I'm curious what reason you have for not returning. Why wouldn't he just ask her where she's from?
女王は問われるものではない。
I guess that's why. Okay, lady. Because she was royalty? What did she keep referring to herself, or why did she keep referring to herself in the third person? Was that a translation error? Why do you keep referring to yourself as Queen Salt? You could just say I, right? Is your translator broken?
女王はそんな風に名乗らぬ。そのようなものは平民が使うものだ。
She's kind of an asshole. Okay.
それともやはり女王という単語が変か。代わりに鎮やよという単語を勧められたが、そっちがいいか。
Lady Salt, Madam Salt. Lady Salt sounds kind of cool. They all sound a bit outdated or too formal. Couldn't you just try saying I once? This queen and one stuff is making me uncomfortable.
私
Yeah, even presidents and prime ministers here refer to themselves as I and me. Lady and Madame. Those words make me feel like I'm in the Middle Ages or some woman's dungeon.
女王には理解しかねる。
How about this? You're the queen of the land you come from, but you're not a queen here, right? You don't rule here. So why don't you loosen up a bit?
何？
He's getting really pushy. Suddenly, her eyes grew cold and narrow. The hostility of her gaze surprised me. Had I said something wrong? Had the translator made some grave error?
貴公もわらわを王として認めないのか。
What? Oh, that's not what I meant. What I'd said had really pushed one of her buttons. Gulp, she's wearing many. Which one was it? The ones placed right on her. Oh. Perhaps she was more stuck in her ways than I'd thought. Is she crying? I figured she would start yelling at me, but then tears began to well up in her eyes. She wasn't angry about what I'd said?
そうか。貴公にもそう見えたというのか。わらわに王の資質がないと。
Hey, come on.
あったば
I
か
didn't
り
mean it
の
like
貴
that.
公がそう申すのか。
It's not like that. It was horrible to see her deflated so quickly. So, you've decided not to go back, huh?
わからぬ。
Then, what are you gonna do?
わからぬのだ。
I never heard anyone declare their lack of direction with such confidence. I didn't know how to respond.
今までは女王がこう言えば家臣たちが意見を述べてくれた。女王はその話に耳を傾け決断さえしてやればよかった。だがここには女王に意見を述べる家臣が誰もいないな。
What happened on your side of the portal?
女王は言いたくない。
Okay. What a proud woman. This sort of reaction, though. Was she kicked out or something? I couldn't know for sure, but I had a strong feeling that something bad had happened on her side.
考えが変わった。もう帰るとしよう。女王がこちらに長くとどまったところで、良いことなどなかろう。
Don't take it like that.
そなたにも迷惑をかけてしまったな。女王らしくない姿を見せた。
Yep. So dismissive of her. This amazing person that's come from some other weird land. Yep. Head back. The queen walked towards the portal.
このポータルはそなたが開いたのか?
No, I'm just as curious as you are where this thing came from.
これは我が寝室のクローゼットにつながっておる。
Ooh. Really?
むやみに踏み込むでないぞ。我が寝室に無断で侵入すれば、警備の者が見逃さぬだろ
う。Get it.
まあでも、そなたの作った奇妙な氷の料理はなかなか美味であった。それだけは褒めてやろう。もしそなたさえ良ければ、次にまた訪問してもよいか?
Sure. Well, if you don't mind, I don't mind if you can give me a little warning first. If you're planning on visiting often, it would be better to pick a day for your visits.
日程か。週に一度でよいか? 日曜日は?
Yeah, Sundays would be fine, I guess.
ああ。来週の日曜日の午後にまた来るとしよう。その時も氷の料理を用意してくれると嬉しい。
Understood, but Queen Salt, it seems like we're able to communicate quite smoothly now, perhaps.
さっき言語レベルがレベル3に上がったのだ。
Good job. I guessed as much.
では。
Then, oh, that's her.
女王はもう帰るぞ。汝の道のりに女王の祝福があらんことを。
Thank you. I could use it. Queen Salt said those final words and walked back through the portal. Her exit was so natural that it hardly seemed to fit with reality. I almost wanted to follow her through to check if she was actually gone. But she warned me about going through the portal whenever I pleased. Queen Salt, what a peculiar person. Quite beautiful too. Honestly, if some stranger had walked off the street and started spouting off all of those lines, I wouldn't have believed a word of it. I'd have thought the person was out of their mind or method acting. But Queen Salt had clearly come through that portal. She could have told me any number of stories about the magical kingdom on the other side, and I would have eaten up every word. She said she'd be back next week. I better get a haircut. Until fate brought her through that portal, this place was just your ordinary snack shop. But for some reason, I had a feeling that things were about to get a lot more entertaining. Press the open button. Oh, I see, down there, okay. So press the open button to open the shop for the week. Earn profit for the week. Earn profit for the week you're open, okay. Unlock new recipes and carry out promotions to increase those profits and make each date a big success. Yeah, I guess so. Wow, it goes so fast. This is the easiest job I've ever had. Okay, we gotta open the review tab. Oh, down there? Oh, I can just move it like that. The D-pad, okay. Oh no, these are not good. Taisia. Red bean shaved ice required. Okay, review. This tastes horrible. Oh boy. Are my taste buds malfunctioning? That girl froze the other one, but it tastes better than this. That girl froze the other one, but it tasted better than this. What does that mean? Who is this famous ice sculptor? If you gather a bunch of pennies, they're still just pennies. Man, I really don't want to go back to work. Ah! What are these reviews? Okay. Wait, what am I doing? Learn how to make red bean shooters. Oh, okay, so now I think I gotta go to recipes or actions? Oh, okay. I asked her to sample my new creation. Who is she? Who are we talking about? That girl that gave the bad review? Oh no, she's here. Eh? She took a bite and her reaction was... She must have liked it. I learned how to make red bean shaved ice. So I guess this is how you kind of like get the girls to like you. Oh, should I run a promo? Oh no, okay. I guess so. A week later, Queen Salt came back for another visit. I was working behind the counter when at 1 in the afternoon, she gracefully descended the stairs. Queen Salt, you actually came back.
1週間ぶりだな、氷石膏。ご苦労。
Yep, the work never ends. Wait, what did you just call me? Ice sculptor?
そうだ、氷石膏。
Who and what is an ice sculptor?
ソルト王国に戻った後、女王はそなたのことをしょっちゅう考えた。
It does sound like Ranma. Yeah. Has that kind of feel to it, huh? The more like kind of funny music. Ever since Queen Salt returned to the Salt Kingdom, there has been much deliberation. Okay.
そなたは氷雪を加工する職人ではないか？だから、そなたのことを氷石膏と呼ぶことにしたのだ。
Her explanation did make a weird sort of sense. It was a bit cringe-inducing, though. It seemed like a title to a fantasy novel. Is there any other title that we could use?
氷石膏は気に入らぬか？良いぞ。
How about Ice Master?
いつも事前の策を考えているのだ。
Sub-Zero.
他の呼び名ももちろん考えてみた。そなたにはとても名誉な称号となるだろう。その右腕に宿りし氷の技を称える意味で、氷雪竜、ブリザードドラゴンと。
Ice Sculptor is completely fine.
そうか？ならばまあ、氷石膏と呼ぶぞ。
Speaking of Ranma, I got a bunch of the PC Engine Ranma games. There's 3 of them for the CD. So once I get the CD, once I get a working one and get it all set up, I'm going to stream those. So those should be pretty fun.
では氷石膏、約束したかき氷を作ってくれ。
Okay. What kind would you like?
今日はこれが食べてみたい。
Queen Salt pointed to an item on the menu. That's like Final Fantasy music. That's like the crystal music. After finishing her dessert, Queen Salt, there's something I've been wondering. In your kingdom, are magical portals a common phenomenon?
ありふれてはおらぬが、たまに見かける。それがどうしたのだ?
Gotcha. A world with portals. Oh, gotcha. A world with portals. Then it follows that you have magic as well. Love those PC Engine anime games. Yeah, so like there's, I think 2 of them are fighting games, and then one is a bit more of one's a fighting game, like a one-on-one fighting game. One is like a side-scrolling kind of game where you're sort of fighting people that you come across as you side-scroll. And then I think one is a more of a story-based one. I forget. Like one of the fighting game one, it's got like Ranma. They're fighting it. The girl Ranma is fighting Hapusai in a bathhouse with no shirt on. It's funny. It's just this half-naked girl version of him fighting Hapusai. It's really funny. Like their outfits and stuff kind of match the settings and everything. It's interesting. And dragons fly around everywhere. Wow.
他の大陸にはいるだろうが、残念ながらソルト王国にはおらぬ。ソルト王国は小さな島国でな、竜の巣があるような場所ではないのだ。
I got you. You really are from a fantasy world then. Then right when you laid eyes on that portal, you knew that it led to another world?
いや、このようなところにつながるとは知らなかった。せいぜい他の大陸につながるくらいだろうと考えていたが、この領地はわらわが一度も聞いたことのないところのようだ。
Then you went through that portal without the slightest idea of where it would take you?
そうだ。
You didn't think that was the least bit dangerous? I played the Super NES and PS1 versions. The one you're talking about sounds better. Yeah, the Super NES one, I have that. There's been a couple fighting ones for the Super NES. Or the Super Famicom. I've got one of those. The PS1 version, I've seen it at stores, but I've never picked it up. I forget if it's expensive or not, but like it looks really terrible. But I'm very curious to find it, if I can pick it up for like a reasonable price sometime. But yeah, I'm looking forward to the PC Engine one.
それはな。ジョーはその疲れが溜まってちょっとだけ風に当たりたかっただけなのだ。 Trying to escape or hide from somebody by jumping through the portal. So you're saying you went through the portal to get a breath of fresh air? そうだ。気分転換したかっただけだ。
I was trying to read that one like I was from the Mortal Kombat Conquest TV show. That's the acting I was going for. Still, that seems like taking things a step too far, no? Something like that.
その時はそんな気分でな。城はあまりにも息苦しくて、家臣たちとも顔を合わせたくないし、知らないところにフラッと行ってしまいたい気持ちになって、それで少しためらいはあったが、クローゼットにできた変なポータルに入ってみたのだ。
So you're saying that there's no way you made this portal?
ああ、理由はわからぬが、我が寝室のクローゼットにできていた。他の者に見つからぬようちゃんと閉めておいたぞ。まあ、わらわの寝室には許可なしでは誰も入れぬからな。
I think I got it. I understand. So you just... Basically, it sounds like you ran away.
家出だと？女王はそのような無責任な行動は取らぬ。
She did say she didn't want to go back at first, right? But you just said you wanted to slip away, and you had no idea where this portal would lead.
ともかく家出ではない。リフレッシュするためにちょっとの間無断で城を離れていただけなのだ。
Leaving without telling anyone was basically the definition of running away.
ここは寒くもなければわらわを悩ませる家臣たちもおらぬ。だからたまに立ち寄っているのだ。誤解しないでほしい、氷石膏。
Ice Sculptor. It's kind of a cool title. Yeah. She was here because she didn't want to work. Message received. Since you're here, would you like a small tour of this world? I hope we get to go outside of this shop,
そ
actually.
の提案はかなり魅力的で心惹かれるな。では、現地視察のために馬車を用意するがよい。
We don't use carriages here. We use something kind of similar. They're called cars.
そうだ、そのことを言ったのだ。似たような移動手段があるのだろう。
She was so confident in demanding a carriage a moment ago.
今すぐにその自動式馬車とやらを用意するがよい。
Aye aye, Captain Queen.
おお、この馬車は変わった姿形をしておるな。
My car was parked in front of the shop. We both climbed in. She sat in the back. I couldn't say that I was self-conscious exactly, but getting ready to drive her around like this felt a little odd. I was just showing the queen around our world, not driving her around on a date. Yep, the situation still felt strangely odd. Your Grace, you must put on your seatbelt before we can set off.
シートベルト？
Your seatbelt, just in case we have to stop suddenly. Kind of straps you into the chair.
何？わらわを拘束するのか？
It's not like that.
女王は貴公に失望した。
What?
そなたは女王を侮辱する気か？騙されるものか。このわらわが自ら縄目にかかる恥を受けると思うか？がっかりしたぞ、氷石膏。よもやそなた女王を縛り付けて何をしようと。
Despite her protests, I reached over, pulled out the seatbelt, and locked her in place.
なんと無礼な。許しもなくわらわの体をペタペタと。おお、氷石膏、これはとても不思議なものだな。引っ張れば引っ張るほど伸びるぞ。
I told you it wasn't as bad as you thought it was.
そなたが体を締めると言うから少し誤解をしたな。これがシートベルトなるものか。馬車がいきなり止まっても倒れぬよう支えてくれる紐のことだな。
Yep, that's right. Once the hassle of putting on her seatbelt was over, I started up the car. And slowly drove around the neighborhood. She got close to the windshield and stared out, her eyes sparkling with curiosity. I saw this unimpressive scene every day of my life. To the queen of a fantasy world, though, it must have all looked spectacular.
氷石湖、氷石湖。この領地はとても平和なところであるな。人々が皆笑顔を見せている。
The smiling ones are probably just the couples walking down the street, my queen. The words came to my lips, but I didn't let them pass.
空気が澄んでいて、街の香りも良いな。ここでは人々から良い匂いがする。氷石膏も良い香りがするな。
Thank you. Do I did give myself a spray of cologne this morning because I knew she was coming.
香水を使うのはある程度の地位にあるものということだ。仮想階級の人々は全く体を洗わないからな。
Hey,
街
come
は
on.
ひどい悪臭がする。
Don't talk about them like that, queen. Come on.
初めて会った時、貴公の体から良い香りがして、それでかなりの地位のものと判断したのだ。
Thanks for thinking so highly of me.
氷石湖、この領地を治める者について話してくれるか？
The rulers of the realm? If she wanted to know about our government, start at the district office?
こうして領地をきれいに治める者なら、とても素晴らしい領主であろう。領主の城はどこにある？
It's just a few minutes away by car.
その城を一度見てみたい。わらわをそこへ案内してくれぬか？
All right, it's not too far. We arrived at the district office. Queen Salt stared out through the window.
あれがこの領地を治める領主の城か？
That's the place.
しかし城壁が見当たらぬな。そして思ったより飾り気がない。道に迷ったのではないか？町の建物の方がもっと華やかだった気がするのだが。領主の城ならばもっと華麗で巨大でなければならぬのに。あれはた
This
だ
building. Oh,
少し大きいだけの
sorry.
監視用
Sorry,
の
Queen.
砦のように見えるのだ。
Either way, this is where our so-called rulers live.
しかしながらわらわが到着したというのに出迎えぬとは礼儀を知らぬようだな。領主としては立派かもしれぬが。
Well, no one told them that a queen would be gracing them with her presence.
そうなのか？当然氷石膏が連絡したであろうと思っていたのだが。
I did not.
なぜだ？
How could I explain? Tell her the truth? Try to make up a convincing lie? Oh, our first choice in the game. I think I'll just tell her the truth. The ruler who lives there wouldn't believe that you are a real queen.
そうか。氷石膏はわらわが女王だとすぐに認めたではないか。
I thought you were a crackpot, lady. That's because I believed what you said.
つまりそなたが言うのはわらわが女王なのかどうか確信があったわけではなく、ただ女王と名乗ったからわらわの言葉をそのまま信じたのだと。
Yes,
そう言っておるのか？
I'm extremely gullible. Yes.
そなたが賢明なのか愚か者なのかわからなくなるな。
It's a good, fair question. Whatever you choose to believe, I am quite sure that our ruler would not just take your word as truth.
そうだな。急ぐ必要はあるまい。では、戻るとしよう。
Oh, did you need to get back already?
あまり長く留守にしていると家臣たちが心配するからな。
Gotcha.
今日はもう帰るぞ。
Goodbye. Come back soon.
ああ、汝の道のりに女王の祝福があらんことを。
She parted ways with the same words as last time and headed back to her own world. Return to the title screen. Unsaved data will be lost. Oh, I didn't... Did I pick a thing? No. No. I pressed the B button, I think. Nice. Oh, this is... I want to make sure I save this. Do. It takes a long time to save. Wow. Oh, we got one of her. What? That's not the same face. Is there like a mistake? Oh, there's the car. Okay, we got that one. That's good. That's so weird. This is like her shocked face in the preview. But in the real one, it's this weird... I don't even know what to call that. And her neck is like... Does she not have a neck? Can I zoom in on this? No. Is there a mistake in that art? Oh, they colored her neck kind of as the same color as the background. I don't know. It looks like it has the same white effect as those like blurry circles in the background. And it's the same color. I think they like forgot to fill in her neck. So it looks like she has no neck. Or they just by chance got the exact same color as the background and the same effect. That's really weird looking. I think it's a mistake. But I can't touch these. Why is that a different picture? Why is it this weird picture? What happened? Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Okay, so what's my next action? Is it to open the shop? Oh, I've only got $12. Okay, so we still have that mystery girl to meet. I guess there's a few different girls in this. So, see how this goes. We'll do one more chapter or whatever. Oh, there's a bunch of stuff here. Okay, what is this? Available actions. Main story, main story. Okay, let's check reviews first. Ah, could I borrow your phone charger? Have you thought about staying open 24/7? I guess that's a positive review. If you focus more on developing the flavors, buddy, have you ever eaten a cockroach? Are my taste buds malfunctioning? This tastes horrible. I think I need to work on your cooking skills. Who is that? Is that the queen? Who is that little... the drawing of that little girl there? Ooh. I did it? Actions, did it say? Wait, I missed that. Where did it say it was unlocked? Oh, so that was just a quest that I had to do. Oh, now I got money, so let's do that. Come on, Queenie, eat my shaved ice. I asked her to sample my new creation. Ooh, it's been censored. That's looking dirty. She took a bite. And her reaction was... Uh-oh, this face again. She looks like, oh, I guess it is her neck color. That's really weird. Not good. I messed up somewhere and ended up with a blue wave-shaved ice failure. Is that my fault, or is that just supposed to be what happens? I don't know if I can control the recipes. Oh, whoops, need a little bit more money. Okay, well, let's, wait, are these ones I already did? To the supermarket, a walk with Queen Salt, and Queen Salt and the red bean porridge. I guess these are all new things. Does it matter, the order? Okay, let's try this. The next time I saw the Queen, we decided to take a stroll to a large plaza in the middle of the city. Oh, nice, a new background. Right. Does the Salt Kingdom have a place like this?
当然だ。広場というものはとても由緒のある場所ではないか?
Haha, yep. Even in different worlds, the way people live is still pretty similar.
そうだな。人があまりいないところを見ると、今日は死刑執行の日ではないようだな。運が良い。
Maybe not that similar. Queen Salt, we do not hold public executions in this square.
何? では、死刑執行の広場が別にあるのか?
It's not like that. We don't execute people in this or any square. It's actually been quite some time since we've ever even had an execution.
あの中央にある設備は断頭台だと思ったのだが。
That's not a guillotine. It's art.
そうか。断頭台にしては美しすぎると思っていたが。あの後ろにあるガラスの宮殿には誰が住んでいるのだ?
Huh? What glass palace? There were no glass palaces anywhere that I knew of.
あちらの遠くにある建物のことを言っているのだ。壁面がガラスではないか?
That's just an office tower. It's just a skyscraper, lady.
高層ビル?
Right. Ordinary people live and work in buildings like that. I wouldn't call any of them palaces. They're more like morgues. Queen Salt seemed more fascinated with the skyscraper than anything else. She just kept staring at the building. She saw all of the windows on one side and must have just assumed it was a palace made of glass.
実に不思議だ。ここに暮らす人々はみんな貴族のようでもあるし、平民のようでもあるし、時には王族のようにも見える。まだこの世界のことは理解しかねるな。
You'll get used to it the more you drop by. He should probably buy her some normal clothes or something.
それにしても。
Everyone's staring at her. What's the matter?
気候は平 気なのか。ここに長居していたら体が熱すぎるな。
It's too hot for her. You're hot?
そうだ。この世界の太陽はなぜここまで強烈なのだ。暑すぎて歩けそうもない。
Oh, such radiant incandescence. Praise the sun. If you're hot, you can always take off a few layers.
服を脱げと。
Sure. The queen looked around.
氷石膏。わらわがそんなに愚かだと思うか。わらわがいくらこの世界のことに疎いからといってわらわを愚弄するのか。
What?
女王にはしたない姿で闊歩してほしいのか、そなたは。
Sure. What is he saying? That response nearly slipped from my quick tongue. No, it was just another misunderstanding. I didn't mean it like that.
もしここがソルト王国であったなら、女王に服を脱ぐよう勧めた者は断頭台で首をはねられただろう。
Not all of your clothes, Queenie. I was just talking about the cape. If you're that hot, you could at least take that off, or take off your hat.
帽子？
Boshi? Yeah, all that fur looks sweltering.
この帽子はむやみに脱いで良いものではない。特に人々の目があるときはなおさらだ。
Mm-hmm. Yeah, who cares if people are watching? Is some curse stopping you from taking off your hat? Or will you transform into some horrible creature if you take it off? You only look like yourself when you're wearing it, but she wasn't wearing it in the car before. It was fine.
そなたの想像力は実に豊かであるな。この帽子は女王の地位を象徴するものの一つだ。王室の作法ではこの帽子は特別な時にだけ脱ぐものだ。例えば自分より地位の高い者に敬意を示す時ぐらいだ。
I see. Royal customs seem complicated. Isn't Queen the highest class, though?
そうだな。
Then there's never really a time you need to take your hat off.
ほとんどないな。女王のことが前より分かってきたか？
Yeah, I've learned that being a queen requires no flexibility and a really hard head.
何？
If you just took off your hat, you'd feel a lot better.
だから女王の地位と品格というものがあってだな。
Right. The queen jumped and almost fell over in shock. Are you okay? That statue in the background looks kind of familiar. That big thing too. This kind of looks like when I went to, I think it was in Taiwan. And it looked kind of like that. Huh, interesting. I don't know if this might be based off a real Korean place, but it kind of reminds me of a statue in that building. And the colors and everything with the ball on it, that looks really familiar. I grabbed her arm right as she was about to fall over backwards. Gasp.
氷石膏、今のラッパの音は一体何なのだ？敵が攻めてきたのか？
The honking continued. One car had stopped in the middle of the road, blocking traffic. Or her hat fell off. The queen ran straight into my arms. At last, I paid those guys to honk. Mm-hmm.
氷石湖、氷石湖、敵軍だ。どうすればよいのだ。城門を閉じよ。ここは安全だと言ったではないか。一体どういうことだ。
In the name of salt is going on. Calm down, there's no enemy.
そんなはずない。ラッパの音がこんなに。このしつこいラッパの音。どう考えても敵の侵入を告げているではないか。
They're just telling that driver to get off the road, out of the road.
なんだと？
Look over there. Those cars can't move. The people are honking their horns, telling that driver to move his car. The queen slowly relaxed her grip on my arm.
それ式のことでラッパを鳴らすのか？
Yep.
いや、本当に敵が侵攻してきたわけじゃないと言うのか？
Queen Salt's legs were shaking so badly that it looked as if she would crumble at any second, and she had wet her pants. Had the honking really shocked her that badly? I could see how it might be rather frightening for a woman from a fantasy world.
何者たちなのだ、一体。
But she sees like dragons and stuff. How scary could honking be?
いや、さっきは一つ二つのラッパではなかった。何十敵軍が現れたわけでもないのに。
Sorry, I cut her off.
それほど一斉にラッパを吹けるのか？それではあの馬車に乗っている者たちは伝令ではないのか？
Nope. They're just trying to get wherever they're going.
ただ通り過ぎるだけなのにあれほどラッパを吹くのか？ただ道が混んでいるという理由で？
Yep.
実に我慢を知らない者。ここがソルト王国であればみんな断頭台に送っていたぞ。
Not again. It didn't look like the traffic was going to let up anytime soon. Queen Salt, would you like to call it a day? But your grace.
なんだ、女王は早く帰りたい。余計な質問はするな。
You dropped your hat. The queen quickly picked her hat up off the ground.
氷石湖。
She said, wait, as she said that, she pulled herself together and pretended that nothing had happened.
そなたは今日何も見ておらぬぞ。
Uh-huh.
今日そなたが見たのは夢だ。
A dream? What had gotten into her all of a sudden?
だから忘れろというのだ。そなたが見たのは存在しやぬものだ。幻だ。
Oh, all that queenly shrieking and almost falling over because a few people honked their horns. Queenly shrieking.
だからそのようなことはなかったのだ。
It totally did. Didn't it?
氷石湖。
It totally happened. I guess it was nothing. I guess it was nothing. Yeah.
そうだ。
She could pretend, but no way. Was she actually buying into her own lie?
女王は本日 落ち着き払って冷静にこの処刑場を見て回ったのだ。わかったな。
Sure. She must have been so embarrassed. But this place isn't for executions.
強石膏
I mean, of course. No reason to disagree. It was an honor to show you around our execution grounds. Well, don't start agreeing with everything. I was just trying to be polite.
わらわもこの領地について理解が深まったぞ。強石膏の案内のおかげでな。
Was that really the right choice? That was how, that was how the awkward Queen Salt finished her day up. Now, do we have enough money for that? No. 40 bucks. Okay, well, I think I'm gonna save it here. Day 8. Is it still day 8? No, day 15. Wow. So how many days do we get? Like a year? Or I think it says final day 302. So that's the max. I can go up to 302 days. Is that how that works? Not really sure. Oh, that's her right there. Wow. She looks totally different. Okay, well, thanks for watching. I think I'm gonna pack it in now. It's getting late. But that has been Miracle Snack Shop. I don't know when the other girls come into it. Or I don't know how much this is like a dating thing or just running the shop. Or I'm not sure like to what extreme or degree this game goes or anything. Just heard about it today. Looked kind of funny, so I thought I'd play. So next time we can continue on a little more, maybe tomorrow or, I don't know, a couple days or something, and see if we can get the queen to relax a little bit. But anyways, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.